Hello everyone, this is Curleen Picard, your favorite financial educator, founder of Financial Key LLC with over 20 years of experience in the financial services industry. Our motto is to make sure that you reach financial freedom. Now today we're going to talk about budgets. Budget, yes. During the holiday season and also with the upcoming new year 2023, we want to make sure that we are ready for what's in store for us next year. So how do we do that? By knowing what's going on with our finances. All of us are always asking, how can we make more money? We're taking seminars, we're doing workshops, we're starting businesses. The thing is, even if you make more money, you want to understand how to manage your money. It doesn't make sense to make the money if you don't understand how to manage, and then after manage, how to grow your money. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to talk about budget. Yes, the word budget. So many people, when you hear budget, they just can't stand the word budget. So we're going to say, for the sake of those that are listening, a spending plan. Spending plan. Almost couldn't get it out. Spending plan. So the first thing you want to do when you create a spending plan, and this is just a way for you to know where your money is going, what's going on with your money. You first want to write down on a piece of paper your income. Your income is what money is actually coming into your household. And we're doing this based on a monthly spending plan, a monthly spending plan. So your income could be your wages, it could be your monies from your business, it could be Social Security benefits, pension, retirement, investment income, dividends, any type of income, alimony that you're actually receiving in your household is going to be considered as your income. Of course, for you, I have a visual. So today we're going to go with an amount of $3,500. That's going to be the amount of our income for this scenario. So on one side of the page, I actually put $3,500. Now on the second side of the page, I want you to go ahead and write your expenses. Expenses is going to be the amount that is going out, that you're paying out. So your expenses would of course be your mortgage, personal, cable, credit cards, electricity, gas, daycare, food. All of these are considered as being expenses. Now there are some expenses that are considered to be fixed, and there are some expenses that are considered to be what they call flexible. Our fixed expenses are those expenses that just remain the same each month. We know the mortgage is going to be $1,000 based on our scenario. That's considered to be a fixed expense. Now there are what's called, like I mentioned, flexible expenses. In this case, we'll say JEA. Depending on how much electricity you spend, that bill can vary. So keep that in mind when it comes to writing down your expenses. So for our scenario, our wages were $3,500. We didn't have any alimony, Social Security, pension, no other income. Just our wages, $3,500. Our total expenses, it totaled up to $2,700. So you're going to total up all of your expenses. So the total amount of my income based on our scenario was $3,500, and the total amount of the expenses were $2,700. So when you take your income and you subtract your expenses from it, you should come up with an amount. Now in our scenario, the amount that we actually came up with is actually $800. So our total amount of income was $3,500. The expenses, once they were totaled, was $2,700. And when you take the $3,500 and you subtract the $2,700 from it, we actually had a remaining amount of $800. So in this case, that was good. That $800 we can use for investments, we can put towards vacation fund, we can put in our savings. It just shows that you have a surplus within your household as far as your monthly expenses. Now, This is that scenario. Let's look at another scenario. In this case, our wages are going to remain the same, $3,500. Now, the expenses are going to increase, which means that there could possibly be a difference in the outcome. So the wages remain the same, but our expenses will definitely increase. So when you look at our expenses were $1,800 for the mortgage, $200 for personal, cable $300, credit cards $500, electricity $300, gas $200, daycare $200, food $600. You totaled that up, it came up to $4,100. We only received $3,500 in wages, so we're in a deficit of $600. This is the reason why we need to know what's going on with our money. There is no way that you should have income coming within your household and you not knowing where that money is going. In these scenarios, of course, the first one, we had a surplus. We had a surplus of $800, which gave us wiggle room to decide whether what we wanted to do with that remaining money. Now, in the second scenario, we have a deficit, which means that we're running on a household that's in the negative. What do? You need to regroup. Don't be weary. Don't be upset. That's the point of a spending plan, so that you can take a look at what's going on within your household and make the appropriate changes. So in this case, we spent $500 on credit cards. What we can do is reduce the amount and the usage of our credit cards. We can reduce the amount of electricity, because we spent $300 on electricity. Remember, electricity is what's considered to be a flexible expense. Depending on how you utilize your electricity, that bill can go up or down. So that can be decreased. Of course, food. We spent $600 on food. We may have to just kind of coupon it or get off brand just for a season until we get out of that deficit. Now, when it comes to cable, of course, they have so many different devices that you can use to ultimately get rid of cable if you have to. Of course, like myself, I have a Roku ROKU stick that I use, and basically eliminated cable. So you have to do what you have to do in order to make sure that your house is running effectively. Especially right now in this time, you have to be intentional, and you have to know specifically what's going on with every single dime that's coming into your home. When I say when you get paid, actually before you get paid, I would recommend taking the time, writing down specifically how much it is that you're going to get paid, and allocating specifically what you're going to do with every single dime of that money. Keep into consideration your expenses, those that are flexible. They can definitely be manipulated so that you can get out of the red. You may have to get another job. You may have to cut back on entertainment for a while. Instead of going to the movies, you may have to stream it. You can do it. You can definitely do it. The best thing you can do is get a spending plan so that you will know what you need to do, and then you can create a plan for your household, because it is our duty, our mission, our job to make sure that our money works for us. So stay tuned, and we will talk with you soon.